I'm going to be showing you a map today of St. Kitts and Nevis. And what I want to do is kind of highlight the places if you're going to come down and look for property, where you should be buying. And you need to have some sort of background on the country before you come down, because if you're listening to realtors, uh, sometimes you won't get good advice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here the places that you should be looking and places that you should not be looking, especially if you're in a short time frame and you're trying to come down and make a decision pretty quick. Also, if you get a chance, if you go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and we can show you how to get your taxes to zero or close to zero, and also how to get a second passport as quick as 4 months, 3 or 4 months, depending on what country you're going to. And also, if you will hit the button at the top where it says apply with us, you'll get questions, and then just fill that out and then hit send back to us, and we can help you solve your problem. Okay, let's talk about these two islands, one federation. You have Nevis, which is on the bottom part. That's the small circular island here. And then you have like a two and a half mile stretch between these two islands here. In fact, there's a swim every year. I swam in it in 2011. It's a channel swim that literally goes from one island to the other. And this is the southeast peninsula, this area right in here. And then this is actually the most expensive property from here up all the way to Frigate Bay. And then you've got the nice beaches in Frigate Bay here. One thing I will tell you, I'm not going to go explain it today because I don't have enough time, but I would be sticking with St. Kitts and not Nevis. There's a tape I've got out on this on our website. You can go on there. They'll tell you all the differences, why you should be buying in St. Kitts versus Nevis. So I'm not going to go through that today with you. But what I'm going to do is concentrate on St. Kitts. When you come to St. Kitts, where you should be going to looking for buying property. All right, now, first of all, let me just tell you this. The nicest beaches in St. Kitts are going to be anywhere from about Frigate Bay here all the way down to the southeast peninsula, and most of them are down here in the southeast peninsula here, and also in Frigate Bay, in North Frigate Bay, and then south, which is on the other side. This stretch here is only like about a mile. It's not that far at all. And then, believe it or not, the widest point is about 5 miles. This is only about 5 miles across. And if you go from one end here all the way around to one end side here, you're looking at probably around, that's about 25 miles. So go around this whole St. Kitts Island, you're looking at about somewhere around 50 miles thereabouts, maybe a little bit more, okay, going all the way around it. Now, if you're getting property, I would tell you to stick in areas that are from Frigate Bay, either north. I like North Frigate Bay better because I got another tape on that because of the noise factors in South Frigate Bay here. You can look at that tape that I've got there because the strip bars are on South Frigate Bay. Stick with North Frigate Bay. And another section right above here is called Half Moon Bay and New Haven. That's real nice areas that have real good ocean views. Once you get past that, you're going to start getting the lower income areas the further you get down here, all the way out. Now, there are some citizenship areas. There's like, I think, one here, and then there's almost no citizenship areas coming all the way out to here until you hit Belmont, and also where the racetrack is, and also Petition Hill, just beyond Diet Bay, and there at right at Diet Bay for Belmont, and then you have Petition Hill, which is in St. Paul's over here. Now, these areas here are a lot more remote. When you resell your property, it's going to be a lot harder to sell out here because, believe it or not, it's not that far. You're looking at 16 miles from Frigate Bay all the way out to here, St. Paul's. But the problem is it takes you forever to get out there because you can't drive 60 miles an hour. You have all these little villages in between, so you just can't fly out here to get there. So this is something that you have to think about. Now, there are more citizenship areas being built out here right around the vet school, and then after the vet school, there are other citizenship areas. But I'm going to tell you, you're looking at more remote areas. There are no beaches out here. There is the ocean, but there is no beach out here. That's the problem that you run into there. So your beaches are, like I said, are going to be down this area from Frigate Bay, the best ones, and then on the southeast peninsula here. Now this property here is going to be very expensive here, depending on where you pick. Christoph Harbor is very expensive out there. And when you resell your property, because of the property prices that they're selling for right now, I'm going to be telling you, it's going to be hard to get a good rate of return, in my opinion, because the prices are so high. If you want the best rate of return, I would stick with Frigate Bay, Half Moon Bay, and New Haven right in here. This is some of the best views and some of the best prices that you're going to see out there. And plus, they're close to the beach. The further you get out here, you're going to be way away from beaches. There are no resort areas. You got roosters. You got all kinds of crap. And when you start hitting the roosters, foreigners are not going to want to buy there. You want to go where the roosters aren't there, and that's right here at Frigate Bay, Half Moon Bay, New Haven, and then anywhere down in here. This is very expensive property. You're not going to see any sort of rooster problems, and this is going to be like 5-star resort properties. It's like Virgin Beach almost now. There are a few developments out here in this area here now. From Frigate Bay, I'm going to tell you, from Frigate Bay almost to the southeast peninsula, there's almost nothing there. I mean, we're looking at probably, you got the Hyatt on the end, and you have also Christoph Harbor on the end here, where that area is. But then from that point where this area is back to Frigate Bay, there's nothing, man. There's no street lights. There's no grocery stores down here of any major type. So if you want to get a loaf of bread, man, you're going to have to drive 8 miles back. And this is not 60-mile-an-hour drive. This is like winding roads. So, and it's going to be a while before you're going to get those stores down there, because there's not enough people down there to support a big store. So all these people are going to have to come back in. So if you have an emergency and you've got to fly to the hospital, man, which is back over here beyond Basseterre, it's going to take you a while. I would rather be here in Frigate Bay, Half Moon, because you got the nice beaches. You're close to the hospital if you got a problem. You're close to all the grocery stores. It's a lot cheaper than down in here, the southeast peninsula. I'm telling you, this is pretty, but I'm going to tell you the amenities aren't there. And if you're looking for places that people want to buy that have money, and most older people are the ones with money, they're going to want to be over here in this area here. And I've had people come in and rush in, or they don't come in at St. Kitts at all. They buy over here on the other end of the country. They have no idea what they're doing. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Don't do this. I see people buy from Chinese immigration guys over in China, and not just in China, I see it in Russia and other places. They don't come in, they don't look at where they're buying, and they end up buying in Timbuktu, way away from anything. And what ends up happening is they can't sell the property down the road because people don't want to be that far out. Well, you can buy for maybe the same price back over here where all the grocery stores are. And this is what happens is people, they don't take the time out. And if you're not going to take the time out, folks, don't go here and buy property. You know, that's just stupid, you know. Spend some time, come down here and relax and look at what you're getting before you make your moves. And you need to literally drive around here and see how remote this is, you know, so you can kind of see what's going on here. Anyway, I wanted to explain this to you because most people either come down in a rush or they don't even come down, which is foolish. And you need to know something about what you're doing. And another thing too, don't let people sell you fractional units. That's where you don't own the whole unit. You own a fraction of a hotel or you own a fraction of the condo. You don't own the whole thing. And what happens is, I've never had anybody come up to me and say, hey, Tom, I want to buy a fraction of a unit. They don't ever ask me that. Fractionals are not bought, they're sold to people. It's like time sharing. You get one, you're not going to be able to get rid of it. And I would stick with, like I said, standalone units, which the minimum to get citizenship on that is $400,000. I myself am really partial to St. Kitts because it has the most visa-free travel of any of the Caribbean countries. It's to me, it's the prettiest of all the ones that have the economic citizenship, and the amenities are very good in St. Kitts too. And the price is a lot lower than. And I've got a citizenship ranking that I did not too long ago. You can pull that up. And we did a ranking, and St. Kitts came in number 2, the only country that beat it. I'm talking about across the board on having everything that you want when you get a citizenship program. The only country that beat it was Malta, and the only reason we put it number 1 is it had more visa-free countries than St. Kitts, and you could go visa-free to the U.S. But I'm going to tell you, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars more money, and most of it is going to the government, which if it's going to the government, it's going down a rat hole. And St. Kitts, most of your money's been invested. And that's why I say that, St. Kitts has got the best deal out there today. But if you're going to come down and buy, and like I tell other people, you're better off going, in my opinion, going with the real estate option, the contribution option, because most of your money's invested with the real estate option. But folks, do your homework. Come down and look at what you're buying, and look at these facts that I'm showing you here before you buy, because you want to try to stick to areas that you know are going to be growth areas that you have amenities to. Remember, people that get citizenship, typically, my average client has a net worth at least $2 million and up, U.S. These people are not going to want to be in remote areas, and they don't want to hear roosters, and they want to be in places where they can get to the grocery store quick if they want. Most do. Okay, so if you want to go where most people want to go that have money, this is where you need to be buying. So anyway, if you got a question or comment, put it below. And also, I'd like to hear from you. Just shoot me a line. I'll be glad to help you anywhere I can. Also, if you'll hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen, you'll get new videos as they come out automatically. And we also deal with, if you go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, we deal with 74 different citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries I think you'd be interested in looking at if you're not interested, particularly in St. Kitts. But like I said, I like St. Kitts a lot because it allows dual citizenship, English speaking. You don't have to pass a language test, no military requirements. You got great visa-free travel to all the Schengen countries, no capital gains tax, no income tax, no inheritance tax, no estate tax. Property tax is only 0.20 of 1%. Excuse me, 0.20% of whatever you're buying. Folks, that's incredibly cheap. That's like 12 to 15 times less than the property tax you pay in New Jersey. This is what you need to be looking for. Anyway, we can help you in any way, any solution you want to get solved there. If you want to lower your taxes or get a passport quick, we can help you on that too. And I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care. Bye.